Hello. Welcome, welcome. Let me just, like I'm hot, but at the same time, the air is irritating my eyes. Okay. Hello, Mr. E. Let us see. Okay. I don't know if I'm cheating. I don't know if I'm already cheating because I see the Tower card and I really don't want it. Let me just keep shuffling. Let me just keep shuffling, okay? Don't worry. Don't worry. If we're meant to have that Tower card, we will have it. Anyways, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So I figured I would squeeze in a quick read for us. Got to get ready to teach my class in a little bit. There goes. Whew. Ah! Okay. We got those two. We got a couple more. Ooh, strength. I like that. Definitely like that. All right. Let's see how this plays out. Ooh, okay. Okay. So I had asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard, oh, I forgot to copy it. I'll copy it right now so I can put it on the screen. What I heard was this. I'm starting to get nervous. The end destination will really surprise you. So there's something that you're working towards. There's this direction that you're headed. But good things, I hope. I'm not a tarot reader, so I don't really know the meanings of the cards, but there's quite a few major arcana. These are major life changes that are being slated for you. My eyes are drying out. Okay. King of Staves, an honest and conscientious person, mature, wise, devoted, friendly, sympathetic, educated, a gentleman. Okay. Either this is you, or there's someone who's about to join you on your journey who's like this. This is nerve-wracking for some reason. A gentleman. This is someone who, it's almost like this sense of, please don't disregard me. Please don't disregard me. I don't know if they're in your life already, but it's really this sense of hoping that the window of opportunity has not passed. Okay. They're really, really hoping that this window that they were going to use to re-enter into your life hasn't been closed off already. Now, I'm hot and I'm cold. I'm yes and I'm no. I need the fan, but I don't want the fan. I'm such a Pisces. I have two fans. It's too loud. Oh my God. Okay. Let's just keep reading. Three of Coins. Great skill in trade or work, mastery, perfection, artistic ability, dignity, rank, power. So this person right here, whoever this is to you, they are really seriously working on themselves before they approach you. And I think that's what's taking them so long to approach. Whoever it is, I feel like they're going through their list of the different things that they need. They need to have either achieved for themselves. I don't know, maybe they started working out again. Who knows? But the things that they're doing, they want to try and impress you. But here's the thing, like if they continue with this like trying to cultivate the proper aesthetic, they're going to miss their window. I wonder, I don't know. I feel like if someone was really meant to be in your life, um, even if the window was closed, you would open it. I feel like there really is no fear of timing. Like things that are meant to be will be. I really truly feel that. Like, for example, the first time I met my husband, we were both in relationships. I'm not like that. He's not like that. And then we just sat across the table from each other at a restaurant for a big group meeting, right? And then we crossed paths again like a year or so later, unintentionally. Okay. And we both happened to be single then. So if things are meant to be, they are meant to be. And these are things that will always, 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 always work out. Whether you try to work it out, whether it's something that just naturally works itself out. I mean, it's just something that happens. There are certain times where you'll be challenged and you'll have to make this decision to put more effort into the working of it. But it's never something that you have to force or coerce or threaten or any of that. I think if you have to do those things, I don't think it's meant for you. I really, really don't. So this person is trying to do all of these things. Uh, I assume it's to try and get you to see that they really are worthy of you. Okay. I mean, I think it has more to do with their own insecurities than it has to do with you, if we're going to be honest. Whatever they've been through, oh my gosh, hold on. I was having this conversation with Michael this morning, and it was this like, oh no, it was last night. It wasn't this morning. It was late last night. Let me just find it really quick. Okay. Ooh. And we were like writing poetry together, right? And it says, that was my gift, to see people as they are, their most beautiful parts that they're the most afraid to show. It was my gift, but also my greatest pain, because feeling you breaking open is just as painful as feeling you break apart. This breaking that occurs, either the breaking open so more of your truth and more of your power can be witnessed by the people who you promise to allow to witness it. Whether it's that type of breaking or just breaking apart because life has been difficult, life has been heavy, there's been no support, there's been no this and no that, it's still painful either way. Either reason, it's painful. And to witness that, um, is one thing. To feel it as your own is a complete other thing. And then like, so the conversation continues, and then the conversation with Michael. The next part was the path of an empath takes the path of an empath takes them directly back to the pain that made them this sensitive. Every time they feel the pain of others, the feeling triggers the return of their own pain. Maybe they were never trying to heal you, but instead was just trying to survive the feeling of you. And I'm almost wondering if it's this thing of the feeling of the gravity of you is the very thing that creates this push and pull, this tug of war between the self and the soul within that person. And that's what's causing them to fracture. And again, we don't know the reason for the fractioning. We don't know if that fracturing is to help them break open or if it's just them breaking apart. We don't know. We don't know, but this end destination, it will open you up to a possibility of reconstruction, reorganization, um, just full on realignment. So let's see. Attachment, the universe card. Attachment, completion, perfection, ultimate change. synthesis, fulfillment, capability, triumph in undertakings, rewards of hard work, admiration of others. So then that's what they're doing. They are taking the time to deconstruct themselves so that in that reconstruction, they can do it cognitively, be fully present, fully aware, very intentional in the way they rebuild themselves in order to best fit the spaces within you that they wish to occupy. Now, and at the end of that, excuse me, you still get to decide whether they're going to occupy it or not. But it's almost like they want to leave nothing left unconsidered. You know what I mean? They're considering everything, every aspect of them that could potentially cause you to choose a different end destination, one that doesn't involve them, doesn't include them. Um, I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if they're like working out so heavy just to be able to like fit the aesthetic that you like. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, Michael cracks me up. He goes, Fine. I have very dry sarcasm. He said, he goes, some people are really affected by the words you say. And then he reminds me that one time I made a post on my social media and it was I think it was like a video of a Clydesdale. If you guys don't know, a draft horse is a very large horse, like very, very large. They're usually used as beasts of burden, dragging all kind of heavy, heavy things. And I jokingly said, I like my horses the way I like my men, very thick. I don't know. This is not my reading. I'm just saying it's like if someone is really that interested in you and they're observing all of your I guess your social media posts or whatever, they're going to take everything you say seriously, and it's almost this thing of what I was gonna say was, well, then they shouldn't be looking at people's social media like that. But the reality is this: it's indicative of how heavy of a gravity you hold for them, to where they would consider things you say in joking as something very, very serious. They don't want to go against even just the aesthetics of what you're drawn to. Okay, so they're really shifting everything around about themselves, or maybe it's you doing this. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see though. Practical knowledge, business acumen, enterprise, negotiations, trading, commerce. So I almost wonder if they're looking at this as kind of like, I hate to say it, but like a business deal. Maybe maybe they're like a perfectionist. I feel like I'm making excuses. I do. I feel like I'm making excuses for whoever this is. This is like an odd reading. I wonder if, just like how you would prepare for a business meeting and make sure you know the ins and outs about who you are meeting with. It's almost like that sense. This is someone who really literally does not want to mess this up by not knowing every aspect. Are you dealing with a Scorpio? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? They got Scorpio in their chart? Because this like this is like Scorpio type behavior. I don't know why I say that. It feels like Scorpio type behavior where they will literally watch for a while to really get a good sense of who you are, and they will not approach you until they get a really good read off of you. And quite possibly, what intrigues them the most about you is that they can't get a solid read off of you. I don't know. This just feels kind of weird because it's like, why can't they just get to know you instead of playing this game of like, guess the Emmy? I promise you're never going to guess the right one. I can read you. I can read you. And if you irritate me, I'm going to give you a whole different version of me that you weren't anticipating. Because if you're going to play, I want to play too. I'm just saying. That's how, that's how it's going to function. This game of like, this game of almost like tag, or it's like some sort of spiritual, energetic, romantic Marco Polo. And they're over there like, Marco. And I'm like, and they're like, wait, where did that come from? Marco Polo. I just, I have played Marco Polo in the pool with people before. And that's literally what I do. I will whisper it. I don't want to get caught. Are you kidding me? That's not fun for me. And no, I don't keep my eyes closed. No, I won't. I don't play like that. I don't like that kind of stuff. So it's this thing of, if they're going to play this game of trying to anticipate, that's a form of control. If you're the cross watcher and this is what you're doing, I hope your person is watching me too, so it's extra fun. I hope they're watching me as well, so that it's extra fun for both of you. I mean, it's no fun if you Marco and the polo is right there standing in front of you, right? You're in it for the chase. I'll teach them exactly how to evade so that it is of the greatest entertainment for everyone involved. I feel like if you just approach in a way that's like, hey, this is what's up with me, is that in alignment with you? That's a much better approach. Oh my God. Should I teach you guys dating tips? Despite the fact that I have not been single for 20 something years. You guys need dating tips? Or maybe just like game playing tips? I'm just saying. Right. Ocean Lover says, respect good, control games, big no-no. And that's the thing. I think this person is feeling so insecure in themselves. It's not a bad thing to be insecure. It's a real thing. But their insecurity is causing them to play this game. I don't even think they've approached you yet. I don't think you should wait either. 9 of Coins, accomplishment, discernment, direction, foresight, prudence, material well-being, love of nature. See, look, they're over here trying to balance. What are those brooms? I don't know what those are. Crutches, whatever they are, walking sticks. I don't know. That's them. This is you, just flinging all these coins around. You are just overflowing with an abundance of everything it is that they are looking for in someone else, in their perfect partner. I would think that if you had coins, metal coins, through a silk ribbon like this, like, I don't know, if you're flinging that around, that I would assume that would be like the equivalent of putting a bar of soap or D batteries in a tube sock. Okay, no more ratchet jokes. I'm just saying that it would be kind of like that though, right? Because I would think that that would create enough like kinetic energy and movement that when it finally makes impact, it's going to hurt a lot. And what ends up happening is if they don't know you're there and they're swinging it around dancing by themselves, you can't get mad if you get knocked out by it. I think it would be better if you just announced your presence, like, hi, I'm here. Hold on, please don't swing in this direction. It's just a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. I wonder if you've done that before, though, unknowingly. I wonder. All right. We have the Hermit card. Counsel, knowledge, solitude, prudence. Again, that word prudence. Let's look up prudence. I know what it means, but I want to see something in the history. So cautious, obviously. What is, let's go to Miriam. Okay, the ability to govern and discipline oneself by the use of reason, shrewdness in the management of affairs, skill and good judgment in the use of resources, caution or circumspection as to danger or risk. I mean, they're being excessively prudent, obviously, but I want the history prudencia. It doesn't show it. Well, that sucks, Merriam-Webster. Let's go. Let's see if Cambridge has something else to offer. Behavior that is careful and avoids. Okay, I want the history. It doesn't have it either. Or maybe I just can't read it because I don't have my glasses on. Okay. How about this? Foreseeing, foresight. Let's see what I'm saying. Foresight. To preserve jurisprudence. Hold on. It's practical wisdom to see what is suitable or profitable. One of the 4 cardinal virtues, wisdom to see what is virtuous. Discretion. Timely care or preparation. Divine providence and foresight. Foreknowledge. Look ahead, prepare, supply, act with foresight. Videre, to see ahead. Oh, they're tracking the strings. I knew it. Where's the right tab? I can't find you guys. Hold on. I gotta find the tab. Here. Oh my God. This is someone who knows how to see. They can see. Oh my God. Okay. They have the ability to track the trajectory of every action, every approach. They are waiting for the entry point that would cause a trajectory that heads in the direction that they want. Oh, you. You. Oh. For whoever resonates with this, you have a highly skilled one. Oh, shit. This is someone who understands what it's almost like. I just called to say I love you, and I mean it. This is someone who this is a soul-based thing. This is literally a soul-based connection. This is someone who has some level of ability to track the way this will play out between the two of you. And they are holding off, just holding off until they can guarantee an elevation in the potentiality of success. Yep. They're following the various strings of fate that come from you. Not a lot of people know how to do this. Not a lot of people know how to do this. I'm just saying. That's going to be very hard to evade if if they can follow the strings. I'm just saying. And then if they are Scorpio, if they have that Scorpio energy, I mean, Scorpio is really good to have on your side because they have the willingness. They have the willingness to take the time to really parse through every single little thing to get the information that they are wanting. So what does that mean? I need some water. What does that mean? If you're a little fishy just floating along, eventually you'll get caught in their net. If you if you're not aware of who this is, what they're doing, the avenues they're using, you're going to become ensnared. I don't know if you want to be or if you don't, you know? It's not going to matter if you even whisper polo because their Marco is sonar. Unless you can go ahead and completely erase your presence on a sonar, then, you know, I get this visual of, excuse me, how dolphins, they use sonar. And there was this video that I came across years ago where they were using sonar bursts, sonic bursts, and they were directing it into the sand. And that would cause the fish or worms or whatever it was that was buried to kind of lift to the surface. And then they would eat it. So Maria says, for me, it means to run in unknown direction very fast. I mean, there's ways. There's ways. There's ways you can evade this, but you're gonna have to know how to. I just don't even want to talk about it. I just don't even want to talk about it. Okay, so the Hermit, counsel, knowledge, solicitude, prudence, vigilance, circumspection, self-denial, withdrawal, regression. Prudence also, Teresa says, prudence also means the capacity of the soul to see reality as it is. That foresight, that divine foresight. Because really, life as you live it is a process with which you begin to shed the layers that create the distortions in your perception and view. And the more you live, the more you theoretically you should be able to see the reality of what is. It's just one of those things where maybe you're not seeing exactly how this person fits into your life. I don't know that they're supposed to be romantic with you. I don't know that they're not. I don't know. So 6 of Cups. Let's look for these cups. La 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 la. You should start running. Then just turn around. 6 of Cups. Memories, past influences, nostalgia, faded images. So I don't know if this is someone from your past and they have a memory of you from this life, or if this is someone who has a memory of you from previous lives, or maybe both. Maybe both. There's this area in the brain that I've been aware of for some time. And then when it becomes hyperstimulated, when pathways get injured, you lose your memories. You lose your memories. So I'm almost wondering. Michael says, don't talk about what I'm wondering. Okay. Let's just keep reading. Let's keep reading. Strength, courage, energy, resolution, defiance, action, and zeal. So they are working up the courage to become defiant to their own hesitation. I don't think they're trying to become defiant towards you. I think they're trying to find their way back to you. And again, I don't know if this is someone you've known since previous life or strictly in this life. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, what card? Pulling the final deck. Ugh. Okay. 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 Ah. Okay. Here goes. This is gonna be dramatic. Dramatic. Okay. Card number 10, Neptune sacrifice. The whole idea of compassion is based on a keen awareness of the interdependence of all these living beings, which are all part of one another and all involved in one another. So, this interconnectivity, right? You're being directed into an area which may feel like it's an unknowable. Surrendering to the mystery may work best now. Neptune is a source of so many troubles since this card indicates escapism as well as beauty. It's almost like they feel like it's beautiful the way you move and duck and dodge. I don't know, this is just a weird sense of like they like that a lot because of the fact that it's this feeling that really they can have anyone they want except you. You're the one thing that has not been very easy to control. You're the one thing that they have to work so hard for. Like, maybe once upon a time it pissed them off that they had to work so hard to get from you the type of consideration that is just thrown at them consistently by other people. So what? So what? Go to them. You know what I mean? That's my thought is, if you want that level of consideration where you're basically being worshiped, go to someone who's willing to worship you. It's no biggie. Go to someone who is willing to worship you. And I think the fact that you're not willing to worship them, it creates enough of that like pleasurable tension within this person that now it's like you are the end all be all, like literally the end all be all. You're the end destination. You ever seen that movie Final Destination? Have you guys seen Final Destination? I mean, that's what this is feeling like. You're just putting off the inevitable. So this is going to totally be like a balloon busting moment, okay? There are different types of contracts between souls, between collectives, within solar systems. This might be a Palladorian contract. This might be a Palladorian contract. This is not going to be applicable to everyone. For some of you, this is just toxic BS, right? For some of you, this is toxic BS. You should avoid this like the plague. Um, for a select few, this is indicative of Palladorian contract, which is non-negotiable. There are no addendums that can be written. There are no nothings. This has to play out because all those who witness it will be able to be triggered through specific cycles of growth. And so when your cycles of growing, the lessons that you learn, the things you experience are going to positively affect others to that degree, then no, you can't avoid that. And it's not you can't avoid being in a relationship. It's no, you cannot avoid that interaction. You cannot avoid um, whatever level of exchange that you will have with this individual in order to trigger the events that are needing to be witnessed by others. Okay? Yeah. So Neptune is a place of beauty. Okay. This is a time where some may try to manipulate with their crisis and rescue cycles, exhausting friends and family with their many problems. There may be a lack of boundaries and confusion where some may orchestrate their victimhood. Be very certain that the victim is not you. Neptune is a place of beauty and that which is ethereal and not so easily reached. This is what's probably adding to their obsession with you. And yeah, I think it is a type of obsession. Um, for some, this obsession can just be strictly like they want you. For others, this obsession is not something they entered into lightly. Definitely not trying to excuse away obsessive behaviors, but sometimes the level of hyperfixation is uncontrollable simply because the intrigue, they're very intrigued by you. They're trying to figure you out, what you think, why you think that, where your thoughts live. Uh, Darn you for just being so interesting and enigmatic. Darn you. For some, they've just really never met anyone like you. And what is meant by that is they see an equal in you. Like they can't boss you around. You're not going to take it. And they like that. They like that because they recognize like no one can boss you around. So when you choose to allow them to um, kind of like be slightly dominant over you, it's a choice and the ultimate gift for them. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know if you know what I mean. If you're not, Tarnia, from what I hear, if people are into like that dom sub type, submissive and dominant type relationship thing, um, like that's a choice. It's not about actually truly dominating someone. It's this pre-planned discuss like these are the things that I want you to decide for me and tell me, you know, and I will be submissive to, it's like a choice. It's a choice. It's a chosen dynamic. It's not like the typical unhealthy you have a controlling partner, okay? So it's not necessarily that this person wants to control you. It's more that they want to cultivate themselves in such a way that you would choose to give them that honor. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you know, um, okay. Neptune is inspired visions coupled with nebulous thinking. It represents glamour, the word glamour coming from the French word grimoire, and connected to the word grammar, meaning to create magic or to cast a spell. They feel as though you've cast a spell on them. They feel as though something has happened and they're basically like their brain has broken. It's not working right because you're the only thing on there. You're the only thing they think about. And I mean, we got to be careful with this because it's a very, very fine, slippery line between the romantic visual of it, um, that celestial, spiritual, um, component versus someone just being obsessed. Like this is, I have stalkers. Okay, I have stalkers. The longest person who's been stalking me has been stalking me since I was 16. I'm over 40. Motherfucker, I don't want you. Fuck out of here with your shit. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So I have stalkers. I know what a stalker feels like. This is not a stalker. The energy of this is not a stalker. It's not an utter disrespect of you and your space and what you want and what you don't want. There's no toxicity like that in this. Because if there was, why would they silently and very, very separately from you be working on themselves and just quietly watching in order to better understand what you want and need so that they can be that before they even approach you? That's not a stalker. A stalker doesn't give a damn what you want and need. I mean, there's a difference there. There's a huge difference. All the people who stalk me, they don't care that I don't want them. They don't care that I've openly rejected them. They don't care that I'd be like, you are the dumbest person. I really don't like you. They don't care. This person, however, won't come forward until they've done enough work on themselves to possibly, hopefully, be found worthy of even being in platonic space with you. That's not a stalker. That's just not. So for some of you, absolutely, this is about a stalker. For others of you, this is not a stalker. This is just not a stalker. Okay? And you're going to have enough, basically, self-respect to be able to properly discern who and what this is for you. Because this is general reading. You know what I mean? This is a general reading. And so, am I delivering you a message? Excuse me. And even with that, if it resonates, how are you interpreting the message? Because using the same words and listening to the same message, it's going to have a different meaning for each person, right? Like, I know right now, I'm pretty sure some of my stalkers will watch this and be like, yeah, she's talking about me. No, I'm not talking about you. I don't like you, even as a human being. Not only am I not romantically interested in you, not only do I not appreciate your lack of intellect, I don't like you, period. Anything about you. Jesus fucking Christ, yo. But I digress. This is not my reading. I feel this like undercurrent of, for some of you, this is not a stalker. I can't emphasize that enough. But that's a very, very small number. Very, very small number, probably single digits. This is not a stalker. This is someone who would change who they are just for the opportunity to watch you from behind a fence. That's, oh, wow. That's kind of sad. And maybe that's the very reason they're still not worthy of being your presence, the fact that they would be willing to erase the truth of who they are just to be able to watch you from behind a fence. Like, no. That's not healthy. That's definitely not healthy. Let's see. Card number 45, part of fortune increase. Fortune favors the brave. I go sworn. I just said they wanted to just watch you from behind the fence. Fortune favors the brave unless you're a stalker. At that point, get yourself some fucking help, bro. I'm just saying. Get some help with that. That's a very serious issue. Okay. Okay. Many look upon part of fortune as moon energy, which means the talents and gifts it endows upon an individual are both nascent and unconscious. It's as if its powers are waiting beneath the surface of water. And when that water is stirred by action or thought, those talents and gifts emerge. So I wonder if lack of connectivity with you and the stress of not knowing how to connect with you is the very agitation that kind of causes them to shift up to the top. You know what I mean? I started working out again. Okay, stop. You're getting high pitched. People have earphones in. Okay. Okay, let me stop. Anywho. All right. So this is the stuff that just comes to the surface. And I think the knowing of your existence is what's causing it to come to the surface. The more they work on themselves in order to be worthy of you, the more they're going to cultivate those gifts, right? So this card means a time when things begin to flow more easily and you'll have your success. But success and how it will come about and how long it will take will very much depend upon the surrounding cards. Well, I mean, considering Mars is up in here, it's not going to take long. It's not going to be subtle. It's not going to take long. They just need to get over their insecurity about how to approach you, because once they do, you'll begin to realize this is really who you are perfectly matched with, I guess. Kind of, sort of. Anywho, if your question is in regards to romance or any other type of relationship, know that the situation is a fated one. It's meant for both of you to help fulfill each other's call. See what I'm telling you? You see? Do you hear it? Do you hear it? I'm telling you, this is about growth. This person is a key component for your growth. They're going to trigger you in ways that ain't nobody can trigger you. Ain't nobody can trigger you. They're going to trigger the shit out of you. I'm just saying. I don't know why that amused me so much. Anyways, this will not be a relationship you can ever move away from easily. Destiny is involved, so together you're called to achieve and master higher things that would be more difficult had you not met each other. I mean, who knows? For some of you, it might be that I'm supposed to teach you something. Might need to teach you energy work or something. Or maybe I'm the one that's going to give you an attitude adjustment. So who knows? I do have a paddle. Engraved into it is attitude adjuster. Ask me nicely and I'll bedazzle that shit for you before I thwack you with it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Destiny is involved, so together you're called to achieve and master higher things that would be more difficult had you not met each other. In this, there will be challenges, even though the love will always remain. So it's going to be a challenging thing. This is not about like an easy romance and now everything is just boom chicka wow wow. It's no. Ooh, karmic triggers. I've just always been one. If you show me the buttons, I promise you I'll push them. I cannot help myself. I will push them and look for more buttons to push, because if there is one button, there usually is multiple buttons. I wonder if this person is like that as well, where they're a button pusher. Ooh, they might be a button pusher for you. Okay, you know how you will get through this? Work on all the triggers. Work on your triggers so that they're not hair triggers at this point. Okay, where you don't even squeeze the trigger. See, because there's different types of triggers. I'm talking, like there's some highly sensitive, where you don't even have to pull it very hard, like just one little slight thing, and then there It's triggered. And then there's other triggers. You got to choke that thing, you know? We have this, I shot this one, it's a semi, it's a semi-auto 12 gauge shotgun, right? It's a semi-auto. And I didn't like shooting it because you got to really choke the trigger, or else it's kind of just like, what's why it's not working. You got to really like before it shoots. And that's the thing. It's like I didn't know when it was going to shoot. I just never really knew. I named it Puto. It's a Tavor X12 semi-auto 12 gauge shotgun, 3-barrel. I was just like, no, I don't like you, Puto, because I don't know when you're going to actually launch a slug forward, and so I ended up hurting myself. It hurt. So don't be like Puto. That's literally his name. His name is Puto. We name our things, and I named him Puto because he acts like a puto, I swear to God. Moving ahead is what this card is all about. You got to move forward. You got to let yourself move forward, because all of this like worry about, la da la da da da. So here's the thing. I'm almost wondering if where you're entering into is like a binary trigger. You ever heard of a binary trigger? Binary is not automatic. Automatics are illegal. Binary is some badassery, because what binary does, usually when you pull a trigger, that's what causes the projectile to be launched forward, right? That's what causes the bullet to go forward. But see, with the binary, when you pull it, it launches one. When you let it go, it launches another. So it's like tickle you. I'm wondering if you're being hyper reactive. And if you're being like a binary, that's extremely hard to control. That's like a bullet dump. That's just absolute waste of ammo. That's what you call a bullet dump. They're just dumping bullets, you fucking waster. Y'all know that is hard to come across properly priced munitions, right? I don't like binaries. It's like stupid small peen stuff. You literally cannot control it, because the jostling is like a and yeah, that takes away the accuracy, which makes it stupid to me. Don't be a binary trigger where you're like shooting out with every movement. It's almost like a hyper reaction. You don't need all that. Mars, force, war does not determine who is right, only who is left. Okay, Bertrand Russell. Ocean Lover says, not that they can't still hurt, yet I've grown to look at triggers as opportunities for growth and clearing much more than I used to since being here and with K33. Yep, thank you. Thank you. Your triggers can be cultivated in such a way where it can really, truly empower you. There are ways to harness negative emotions and allow it to be the very fuel that helps your inferno to rage. And it's not a rage of just like indiscriminate destruction. It's a very calculated, very laser precision type of tactical maneuvering. But I mean, you got to take Kokoro 33 to learn all that. I was just saying. You can't just be this inferno for no reason. You're going to use up all your fuel. And then you can't also live your life acting and believing as though your fuel is what's evil about you, and it's nothing but fuel. Fuel can be used to run the machinery that makes life easier. or it can be irresponsibly dumped on combustible materials and make a big fucking mess, right? A dangerous mess at that. It depends on how you use it. So, Mars, Force, this card suggests that there's something you may have to fight for. And that's the thing. I think for some of you, you're going to have to fight to free yourself from, I think stalkers are parasites. I'm not joking. I think they're parasitic AF. I think people who stalk and like stalk, just very like tunnel vision, hyper fixated on you. I'm gonna make you listen to me. I'm gonna make you want that kind of stalker. I think you're a fucking parasite in every sense of the word. Energetically, socially, like everything, you're just a parasite. You don't like that? Well, I don't like you. Okay. Mm. Anyways, Mars makes us shove hard in a way the other planets don't. One might call him the bully among the planets. So, whew, I mean, I'm just saying, like, just because you have to push back does not make you a bad person. If someone will not get out of your way, you know, what are you supposed to do? See, I see a lot of, um, I see a lot of people thinking that passively allowing others to basically bully you, to coerce you, is somehow okay because what you, oh no, I'm not going to retaliate because this and that, but it's not retaliation. If you're feeling endangered, I saw this video, right? This woman opens this guy's door to his car, the driver door. He's trying to leave. So she opens the driver door and then she stands there. So if he backs out of the parking spot and she's screaming, he's going to run me over. Bitch, for real. For real. And he's just like, ma'am, please. Uh uh-uh. uh. No. At that point, I would say that you are illegally detaining me because you're not a police officer and you're preventing me from leaving a situation I do not feel safe in. So, unless you want me to press charges for that, you're going to get the fuck away from my door. And then I'm going to tell you on the count of 3, I will start backing up. Whether you're there or not, I am taking my foot off of the brake. My car is in reverse. Very real consequences. You're going to need to move so that you don't get hurt. But I'm not going to sit there and keep playing with your ass. For real. I'm not naturally a violent person. But if you're obstructing my ability to leave, I'm pretty sure that's illegally detaining me. I'm pretty sure of it. Is that legal to do? Like to force someone to stay in an area because you said so? I'm just saying. Yeah, you could do citizen's arrest in the United States. The moment you arrest someone as a citizen, you are responsible for their well-being until a police officer arrives. You know that, right? When I work security, they wouldn't allow me to arrest anyone. They wouldn't allow me to do a citizen's arrest simply because if I say something like that and I'm detaining you and then we get into a fist fight, I'm responsible for you. I'm responsible for you. I'm in big trouble. The company is in big trouble. You have to begin becoming aware of all the different things, all the different ways in which people exploit your passivity. When you are passive in your advocacy for yourself, no one's going to respect your advocacy. They're just not. I was talking to an extremely intelligent person yesterday, and the conversation kind of took a turn towards, um, their desire to advocate for themselves. And it's kind of like what I've seen as someone who was once that age and as someone who's grown beyond the limits of being seen as a young person and therefore not worthy of being listened to, is that when someone sees you as very intelligent, just because that's what you are, not because you're trying to show that you are by using big words. Anyone can look up a thesaurus. I'm just saying. But when they see that and you know the words that they specialize in, they tend to disregard you even more. They tend to. So then what do you need to do? You need to find a way to be able to advocate for yourself in a much more efficient manner. That's when you need to begin involving other groups, other types of assistance, whether it's legal, whether it's educational, whether it's mental health, whatever it is, you need to make sure you explore every avenue that is being exploited to further coerce and control you. The moment we all begin to operate in this way, where we are informed, instead of we're waiting for someone else to tell us the limits, we are learning what those limits are. I mean, that's such a powerful way to exist. That's a powerful way to exist. I remember I was doing a gem show in Tucson, right? So we're there. I'm in my booth, and my adopted dad, he wanted to like change the juju of the area, and he wanted to light he wanted to light freaking Palo Santo. And we're like, no, they're gonna get so mad. Don't light it, because that's an open flame. And then, we don't know if they allow that. And one of the most powerful things he's ever said that's really stuck with me, he said, don't ask, just do. Let them decide whether or not they're going to tell you if you can or can't. But until someone tells him that he can't, he's just going to do it. And I was cracking up so hard. Like, that's logic right there. That's logic right there. I'm not going to live in a state of deficiency just because I don't know if you'll give me permission. Because again, the reality is most people won't give you permission to be yourself. It's very uncomfortable to be in the presence of someone so free, right? Unless they themselves are also free. So a lot of the things that we go through, sometimes you have to push back in terms of defense, verbally, logically, legally, whatever it is. Sometimes you have to push back. It says, you may either face aggressive situations with a need to confront or defend, or an intense, rousing encounter, which may or may not involve romance. Mars indicates overwhelming attraction. So I guess someone is overwhelmingly attracted to you, your energy. Right now, action is needed. It's not a good time to sit back and wait. When this card presents itself, you're being challenged to protect your interest, to move ahead quickly. So definitely gotta make sure you do what you need to do. Oh, I just saw the time. I must go. So, you got to make sure. You got to make sure to discern, what is this? Is this a healthy thing? Is this an unhealthy thing? Is this just a thing? A ting? You know what I'm saying? Don't allow yourself to get so caught up in all of these preconceived notions. I'm telling you, half of the people, actually, more than half of the people who give you all of these suggestions on how to live your best life, they don't have any idea of whether or not these things will work for you. They don't. They just don't. They want to see you try it out first to see how it will work. The difference between me and them, I don't speak on things I don't know. If I don't know, I will tell you I don't know, because I'm not interested in being right or sounding intelligent. I already know that I am. I don't need to prove it to anyone. So when I talk about something, it's something I've lived through. The depth and degree of intensity of what I've lived through, it varies. It varies. But I won't talk about anything that I haven't lived through. So what does that mean? That means I've lived through it and I've seen how some of these things work out. But here's the thing, I don't know how it will work for you. So at the end of the day, what am I saying? You need to begin discerning things for yourself, because continuously putting your life, your happiness, your opportunities, and all of this and all of that in someone else's hands just because they sound like they know, that's what's fucking you up in the long run. That's what it is. That's why you keep struggling. You let too many people hold real estate in your head. They live in your head rent free. They're dictating to you how to live. The end destination is a better understanding of you and yourself. At the end of the day, whatever you go through, make sure it helps you to learn about you even more, a much deeper level. So I don't know if I'm going to go live later today. I'm feeling exhausted already. So please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. If you're listening to this via podcast, download the podcast. I don't know. You guys got to tell me what you do on podcast apps. Do you download it? Do you just like thumb it? Do you do you heart it? What is it? Do that. If it's good, do it. Do it and then share it. And more people will join us in this cluster fluff of a party that we call life. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Don't forget, I'll be doing a fire ceremony on Tuesday, 2/22, 2022. Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is going to be one hell of a live stream. I already have a listing up on both websites. Go to emmyevolving.com if you would like to purchase an expedite. This is going to be a very, very powerful, powerful stream of energy. All right, guys, I gotta go. Class is gonna